the tall mode. Well, maybe I don't need to do this. I'm out of water. I should have taken care of that. So I just want to I'll just say something quick. I got some heart problems last night, and every one of them seems to be physical. It could be dehydration, so I want to go get water. I'm not responsible enough. The first thing I look at, though, is the fact that my spine might be out of alignment. And really what that involves is, yeah, this is going to be short, Zepton, kaboom. This is going to be so frustrated with this heart and back connection. All right, I can't just look up and get better when my heart starts skipping a beat. So I'm finding that I have to pull on the back of my head, and I'm glad I've tore up this car so I could use and then add these straps so that I can stretch my neck out with these straps. The straps have been, a good woman does not stretch out your neck. It's more about the constant hunching over in my car and on the computer at the library. I was turning to just laying on my back to straighten things out. No, a good woman does not. Most women don't know how to give a good neck pull. I don't need a massage, because I could just lay on my back to try to straighten things out, and that's not satisfactory. I actually get my best pops with the straps. So a woman who would have a strap connected to the back of my head, so I would lay on the ground, pull back, and pop. I'm finding that I need to do it several times a day, especially when I sit too long. I just cracked my neck. I don't think I'll be able to do it again, but and I need it, and I figured once again this is probably a neck problem. Yeah, it's still in alignment. My neck stayed in alignment for a full 5 minutes now. That's pretty impressive. Give it an hour, and I got at least 3 or 4 pops that have to happen. Especially when I sit like this and I'm hunched over reading or something, I gotta pull things up, and that's also something that can help with the upper back too. Every time, if it's been an hour or two, every time, I can do the crucifix over the picnic table and get that pop, and that's in a lower portion. That's like more in the middle upper back. This strap gets all neck down to the picnic table, and I hit the middle upper back to pop, and that's everything that pops, everything that affects my heart. I straighten out with popping all that, and it only takes an hour or two for everything to get back out of alignment again. 5 minutes, and I gotta pull on it, and it's a good exercise. I'm trying to strain against the stress. it's popping the spine. It gets out of alignment, and then my heart starts beating weird, and I'm like, oh, my spine's out of alignment again. Go figure. It's happened with the ribs. It happened last night too in a different way, because I sleep in this car and I sleep on a bump. There's this bump that's just permanent. It's part of the car, and I sleep on it. Rib cage. When I land, my heart was like failing on me, so I turn over to my other side, laying on the same bump in the same spot in the lower rib cage, pushing on the lower rib cage, and my heart starts like feeling like it's struggling. So then I lay on my back and I feel fine. Later, I was contemplating: is it the pollution? I'm sniffing around outside. Is it the pollution? Is it something around here that's bothering me? I didn't really smell anything out of ordinary. So I move up a little bit so that the bump is pushing more on the lower part, the middle part of my stomach, and I don't get the heart problem as much. It's like positions really affect me. Like in Chinese medicine, they say you got to open up the chest to improve the heart function. And well, I'm closing down the chest when I'm looking down on the computer or sitting in this car. So I pull on it, but you open up the spine too. The chest and the spine are together. But closing things down, laying on a bump while I'm sleeping, and and hunching over, it closes things down. I feel it in my heart. It'll skip or it'll just struggle, and then I got to open it up. I got to be very aware of that. Sometimes it can be dehydration, which I want to go get some water, but it's just it's frustrating that I allow myself to get to that point. Sometimes I can go maybe a couple of days without feeling problems, but then I fall back into my old habits because it's just, I'm at such a loss for movement. But I can correct it, but I still fall back in the bad habits under these circumstances, and it's very frustrating. But I have an immediate solution, and I'll also say I also keep this magnet permanently on my heart, because the problems would be enhanced without it. It's so strange. And then recently, no, I'm not doing any yoga. I hate those classes. I do different movements, whatever. It's close to yoga. I put magnets on the back of my underwear because I'm having difficulties with peeing and pooping. There's like this feeling of incompleteness and tightness, and I don't like that. So I think it's tied to my tailbone. My tailbone has been getting a lot of problems in the past, bloody problems from sitting in this seat. All right, I sit in this seat, but it's different now. I removed the cushion, so I like to think things have improved, but maybe not. But sitting in the past in this car has caused me a bloody tailbone. So, a heart-shaped magnet, that's genius. I'm pushing on my tailbone kind of right now, just sitting in this position, but it's a different kind of a seat. The skin caused bloodiness, streaks of blood on my underwear, and I think that I've got a permanent problem from that. It's the compression on my tailbone, and it seems to be manifesting into like, but I put a magnet there and I get some relief. But putting a magnet back there has now seemed to have enhanced heart problems. Even though I have this magnet here, I wasn't getting these heart problems until I put the magnet in the back of my underwear. It's changed the energy pathway. I don't need any vitamin K unless it's magnetized. Vitamin magnet. I need to focus I need to focus on, I do stick yoga. that's really good when I can do it. The thing is, I don't have a whole lot of options. Am I gonna just do yoga in a Walmart parking lot? No. So yeah, there's all these great solutions, but I'm severely limited by the places I choose to park. And when I get over to this library, there's a park next to it, so I can get away with more exercise without getting the cops called on me. I'm more likely, if I do these yoga exercises in a Walmart parking lot, how soon will the cops arrive? You know, it's not a matter of if. So I want to get over there, but I'm just complaining now because last night was a little annoying. Partly because it was cold last night. I was able to keep warm enough, but still it was a slight strain. But the uneven sleeping, the it's something that needs to be realigned every day, every few hours, not just once a day, like several times a day. I need to realign my back. And I learned something yesterday watching a TikTok or maybe as an Instagram video. The guy talked about walking, and walking is a communication between the left and right side of your brain to realign things. You don't just sit in some spot and expect to connect with yourself again, not moving. You have to have movement. And walking is one of the best movements to realign, to reconnect the left with the right, back and forth, communicating as you're moving, and just getting back into a balance there. You don't get you sit in one spot for hours doing silly poses. I don't think you get yourself in that much alignment. It doesn't take long to get my neck back into alignment. I try to hold it for a good minute or two sometimes when I do that neck tightening. But yeah, I gotta focus. I mean, I gotta focus on tightening the whole back region because I'm constantly having my hands forward. I probably have hemorrhoids, but that's not the problem. Um, it's a back weakened problem that's I've been suffering. I've been in a bad habit of letting my back get weak for years and years since my teens. I'd walk around with the hunch back, and now I'm really focused on tightening it in all forms. And the sticks help the most. Really, these sticks. The 7 foot stick is one of the better ones, but one of the harder ones to pull out in public and use because waving at people